Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Alpha Protocol. I am Circle Master and we are ready for our second gimmick mission. But first we're going to go check our email and maybe do a little shopping. Here we have the response to our blackmail note. The first person who's actually panicked about it rather than just considering it business as usual. Kind of makes me feel slightly bad about it, but then I see the $15,000 and I'm good. Now, of course, we want to buy intel, and we have a very special intel here. Al-Samad is the one operating in the region with the transmitter, and we can call Shahid ahead and let him know we're coming. This is a good thing. This is basically the only benefit you get from having Shahid alive to this point. And we're looking over the range of gadgets. I was trying to decide what to get, and I settled for the explosive grenade. I try to use them in the mission, but things go slightly awry. And you'll see that when it happens. It's just $80,000 to our next third tier pistol. And we're getting pretty close to that. Oh, hey, we got a perk, ready for anything. Let's just take a quick look, see what that does there. Oh, plus 25 endurance. That's a massive chunk. That's more than a third of what Thornton starts the game with. And we're not here for the armor, we're here for the gadgets. We want to make sure we have all those explosive grenades that we purchased equipped so we can actually use them. Because otherwise, what's the point? And I also remembered that last mission we picked up an advanced pistol laser sight, so we're going to replace that. And the featherweight clip is still the best in my opinion. And we still don't have an accessory for the pistol. Might want to look into purchasing that, but I think the pistol upgrade is more important than buying an accessory at this point. Of course, you may want me to buy something else for some reason. And if you do, I won't like you. No, that's not true. I'll tolerate you. I may not listen to you. Meanwhile, the effect of our intel there is that Al-Samad troops will be friendly to us.
Alright, I'm at the ruins.
And the bike?
It's close by. It's a nice ride. Looks like the area is under renovation.
The site's closed to the public, Mike. You shouldn't run into any civilians.
Looks like Al-Samad was right. One of their cells is operating here.
Well, here we are at the ruins. And as you can see, we're faced with Al-Samad soldiers, terrorists, what have you. And they're all friendly to us. We bumped right into that guy, he didn't mind. And one problem with the ruins is that it has a lot of false affordances.
Trying to take in all the sights I see.
Good to see how the renovations are going.
It has a lot of nooks and crannies, and some of them are rooms like this.
Don't need these munitions finding their way into Rome. Better destroy them while I'm here. That's one.
And some of them, like the ones we passed earlier, are just decorative little pieces of crap.
Those look like Marburg's men.
That can't be good. Any idea what they're up to?
No, but I'm gonna find out.
Now, if you had arrested or executed Shahid at the start of the game, you would still be facing Al-Samad soldiers at this point. And it wouldn't be until later that Marburg's men would show up. But as it stands, I guess they didn't think we could just waltz through too much of the level.
Who's up? Ready, go!
So Al-Samad is replaced by Deus Vult. What the hell is wrong with that guy? He ran right past me. Seriously. He had some freaking blinders on or something.
What the hell was that?
Hide like a bitch, die.
And there's the alarm. It's pretty much impossible to do this mission with the no alarms. And you'll see why later on. So I didn't really bother with too much stealth. So I did want to shut that alarm off, so
All sections report to base.
no point in not using that there radio mimic. Yeah, all these nooks and crannies tend to have things in them, so it's important to look in them all. But again, some things that may look like nooks and crannies aren't. And you just end up wasting time. I'll move up here. Next set of guards spawns in. The really pesky one is that one up there. So I decided to use chain shot and completely forget how to set this off early. I don't know why I decided to wait rather than just spend 2 more out of my 100+ bullets to kill him immediately. So
Did you see that?
it's just a matter of killing off this last guy
Lies for it.
and one more. Hopefully he won't set off an alarm.
Come on now.
There we go. See, nothing in there. And these are more false affordances, but at the end here, if I get to it, oh, ammo. Tucked away in that little corner. And then a mysterious inch-high wall that stops Thornton dead in his tracks. And I forgot that we already killed the enemies that came out of here, and kept getting tripped up by that some little...
That's another one. And one more to go.
that dumb little edge of the pool there, bath. There's quite a bit to pick up and a lot of money to be had in this level.
What is this place?
If it's beneath the bath, it's probably where they kept the fires, to heat up the bathwater.
So, you majored in architecture.
No. Ancient Roman plumbing, with a minor in architecture.
Catacombs are pretty linear. This is a good place.
Your signal's breaking up a little, Mike.
Must be the ghosts down here.
Are you in the catacombs?
Yeah, but not for much longer. Don't want to pick up any curses.
It's a good place for some stealth kills. The patrols are broken up. And screw the alarm boxes. I hate them. That's pretty simple to sneak up on the guards here, except I keep getting caught up on random junk. And I didn't need the invisibility for him, but I wanted to stretch it out as best I could to get these other guys. And now we go back to pick up items and such. If I can go the right way, there we go. More weapon mods.
That's the last of the weapons.
And there's our optional objective completed.
Hope the world doesn't end up like this if Halbeck fucks it up.
You and me both.
What, like renovation in progress? See, our objective is to hack into a computer up in the center of this raised area. There are a handful of Deus Vult, or Al-Samad if you, again, did not ally with Shahid. And we've got to hack that computer, and that will set off the end of the level. Now let's abuse the last of the evasion to get by this guy. I love that. So what you want to do is kill these guys and then go around this area collecting loot, because there's a lot to be had before you actually go to the computer. And we got 2 safes. One has a weapon mod, and this one $15 grand. That's as much as we get for blackmailing someone at Halbeck. And there's more cases, ammo. There's a gadget here. First aid kit. That will probably come in handy. And we look around some more. Gotta make sure we picked up everything. And we'll set a few traps. Now, if you have the gift of foresight of being able to logically follow a chain of events, you have figured out that hacking the comm array will trigger a series of guards. So we're hoping that these grenade traps rather, will take out a few without us having to work for it, and we'll equip our first aid kit for in the meantime. Oh, we got some dossier intel on Madison. Let's take a quick stop to check that out. Could be important. Let's see, blah blah blah, art history, etc. She got the job on the recommendation from an art gallery, but there's no trace of anyone by that name at the art gallery. And no trace of her at all previous to that recommendation. It's like she just came into existence at that moment. That's troubling, because it means we don't actually know who this romance option actually is. We'll see if we can bring that up with her later.
I've got a link to all the transmissions to this station, but I'll need some time to trace the signal's origin.
So, I just stand here and wait?
Now you know how I feel. Just make sure nothing interferes with the station until I finish the trace. Then?
Then? What then? We've got trouble, don't we?
Protect the trace, Mike. If we lose it now...
Don't worry, they're not getting anywhere near it.
Yeah, they absolutely are. But it's not any hard and fast rule that they can't touch it. it's just a matter of having to kill everyone. Yeah, that's really nice when it works out. But
Mike, you need to protect the trace.
Now I know how the soldiers at the Alamo felt.
yeah, this is
signal's
a
origin
pretty
isn't
rough
wrong.
fight. It already chewed through all of our endurance, and you may remember we started with quite a bit. So I went to get out of sight so I could stealth kill a number of these guys.
Keep coming, assholes. I got plenty of bullets.
Plenty of bullets, but only one knife, eh?
It looks like a dummy corporation. Cross-referencing with known contacts.
Who's out there? Show yourself.
Yep, there's the end of our visibility. So it's... Oh, and there's the alarm.
Hold on, Mike, I almost have it.
Inevitably, the alarm will go off, which is why it's impossible to do a stealth or alarm-free run of this mission. At that point, I hadn't realized I only had 7 health left. So yeah, I bit the dust. Sorry.
I've got a link to all the
And you may remember from way back in Saudi Arabia,
transmissions to this station. But I'll need some time to trace the signal's origin.
So, I just stand here and wait?
Now you know how I feel. Just make sure nothing interferes with the station until I finish the trace. Then?
Then? What then? We've got trouble, don't we?
Protect the trace, Mike. If we lose it now...
Don't worry, they're not getting anywhere near it.
if you remember from Saudi Arabia, if you plant traps and then reload a checkpoint, you won't have the gadgets anymore.
Come on.
Mike, you need to protect the trace.
Now I know how the soldiers at the Alamo felt.
So at this point, my best bet is to trigger stealth immediately, run around killing people as best I can.
The signal's origin is in
Show
Rome.
yourself.
It was really nice of that guy to just jump down into our knife.
Keep coming, assholes. I got plenty of bullets.
Yeah, and there went half our health just on that one guy. So the lesson there is don't get into stand-up gunfights. There's the alarm. There's our endurance back, though. Darn it, I was trying to stealth kill that guy. Now, I considered switching to the assault rifle, but I decided that we're just more skilled with pistol, especially when I remember that I actually have chain shot or a shot. Maybe I should have been doing that for a while.
Hold on, Mike, I almost have it.
Also, maybe this time, I remember I have a first aid kit. So, it's just a matter of killing off these last couple of guys, and I'll be in the clear, and the level will automatically end, which would be why I said to collect all the goodies ahead of time. And there we go.
Got it. We're good, Mike. Transmitting the information to the safe house. Mike, what did you do?
Erasing my tracks. And the weapons.
So that's it for the Ruins transmission, and look at all that cash we got. My God. Here's the mission summary for you. You've bypassed Al Samad, blah blah blah. By the way, if you don't ally with Shahid, Marburg's men don't show up until that ambush after you hack the console.
Madison? Madison, are you here?
Mike? Are you okay?
Just tired, but I found what I was looking for.
Was it enough? Can you take it to the authorities?
No. If I do that, they won't respond in time. I have to do it.
No, you don't. Let the police handle this now. You can let them capture Marburg, expose his involvement.
I appreciate the concern. And I appreciate you trying to warn me about Marburg.
I didn't want him to kill you. You had such a nice smile in the photograph.
I was smiling? Must have been years ago.
There it is again. You should do that more.
I try. The job gets in the way.
I've heard that before.
I didn't mean to wake you when I got in. We've had a rough couple days.
You didn't wake me. I was waiting for you to come back. I meant to stay awake longer, but you were gone for a long time. I was worried something had happened to you. I'm glad you're back.
Me too. I was worried when I came back something had happened to you.
Just dreaming.
Good ones, I hope.
Very.
In technology news, a string of hacker attacks have recently struck the U.S. Department of Defense. The attacks
Anything on the news?
internet terrorism.
Nothing about Marburg. Madison, before, you mentioned something about your father.
Not the best bedroom conversation, but yes.
I couldn't find any mention of him, in Italy or in the States, in the records.
Checking up on me? But you were looking under St. James, right?
Yes.
It's my mother's maiden name. My father and I had a parting of the ways some time ago. She's actually the reason I came to Italy. To get away. Taking her name was part of that.
I don't understand.
My mother was in Italy when she met my father. He was working for the CIA at the time as an analyst, although she didn't know his job then. When she moved with him back to the States a few months later, she found out.
He was an analyst. Who's your father?
Alan Parker, the man you said was working at VCI. I never saw him. I don't know if he knew I was there. Story of my life.
Your father is Alan Parker.
Yes. Mike, do you know him?
Apparently not well enough. You said he left the VCI office. What happened to him?
I don't know. Although one of the HR folks had heard through the grapevine that he'd gotten a better offer from Halbeck.
Holy shit.
Mike?
I think I know who Halbeck's insider is.
My father?
Nothing I can do about it now, but it's a hell of a coincidence. If so, then Westridge may not be involved in this at all. It's Parker. But that makes no sense.
Mike, what are you talking about?
Not now, I'll explain later. After we deal with Marburg. Marburg was able to get the munitions into the country through Al Samad, but the warehouse was the destination of the bombs.
He wasn't planning to destroy the warehouse, though, right? Was he planning to store the bombs there, use them later in Rome?
That doesn't make much sense. The warehouse was on the outskirts of Rome. There's plenty of other storage areas he could have used.
So there was something special about that warehouse. Its inventory. It's mostly art and museum pieces, right?
I could call up the inventory and see if there's any possible name or location connection.
Were any of the warehouse pieces outbound through customs? Maybe he was smuggling weapons and art pieces.
I doubt it. It looks like the pieces were intended for a museum in the city. Although... Wait, no. Some of the pieces had already been shipped out.
To where? I used to work part-time in restoration in one of the museums. I may be able to help. It's actually part of the reason Marburg hired me, I think.
Marburg hired you because you used to work at a museum?
Yeah, the Museum of Art in Rome. I think they have an exhibit on the Crusades showcased there now. What's wrong?
Some of the pieces in that warehouse. I'm certain they were from that museum.
He's going to bomb the museum. But why?
I have no idea, but that's his target. I need to get there before he does.
And hey, we leveled up. Remember that? It's been a while, hasn't it? But we now have 12 AP. That's enough for any 2 skills. Stealth is max, so you gotta vote for something else. I think pistols is the obvious choice. But I'm gonna show off what all of the next level upgrades are for all of these skills. We got more ammunition. We have a really horrible ability that we would never ever use. And if you want to get that, I hate you. But I'll have to. But I'll still hate you. Various first and second, third level things for other trees. We can get the extra health. We can get melee defense. We can get a little minor stuff for the SMG. Don't vote for that. Or shotguns. We also got the romance perk. Mike finally got laid. The first of the eligible women has been seduced and slept with. Faded to black, and we got +5 endurance for that. That puts us at a whopping 175 endurance. No, don't go up the stairs. Go back down the stairs, Mike. Go. Good boy. And our next level is going to be to infiltrate the Museum of Art to intercept Marburg. They spelled out what I had hinted at previously after the warehouse level, which they won't do unless you collect all of Madison's intel. And unless you do that, you also won't find out that she is Alan Parker's daughter. What the fuck? Yeah, we got some messed up things going on, but I'll see you next time. And let's play Alpha Protocol.